Hey babes, I'm back with another YouTube video, and today I actually went to the local beauty supply store to go get me some nail products so I could try these out. So the beauty supply store actually had some buffers, some hand files. They had this $42 drill, and they also had some acrylic powder and monomer. So I'll just be trying this out today for this video, and then I'm gonna add my little touch to it. Before I even get started, I'm going to start to push my cuticles back, and this cuticle pusher is from Amazon. And when I buy cuticle pushers and nippers, I buy them in bulk. So when I buy them off of Amazon, they come with 4 pushers and 4 nippers. Like I said, y'all, this drill was $42 and it was the last one there. So I was like, all right, evidently somebody done purchased the other ones. So I'm just opening this up. They did come with some nail bits, but it didn't come with anything for me to plug into the wall. So I did go ahead and got my iPhone charger block so that I could plug this up. Here I got my cuticle bit out, and I'll be removing all of the dead skin that's in the cuticle area. And when I'm doing this, I'm holding this bit flat to the nail. Now, cheap drills be scaring me, y'all, because I hate when drills rattle and shake. And I feel like this drill was okay. Like, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but I definitely prefer my drill. After doing this, I'll be using my fine grit sanding band to remove all of the shine off of my natural nails. And like I said, the drill was okay, it was alright. It didn't shake as much as I thought it was, because I've had some really bad drills that was just rattling all over my nails. My nail tips are already applied, so I'm going to start to blend the natural nail in with the nail tip. I'm still using my fine grit sanding band as I'm doing this. I am also using some 𝚊𝚙𝚙𝚕𝚒 square tips, and y'all, this hand file was probably, I'm gonna say 100/180 grit, because it was super soft. I actually really didn't even want to shape the nails too much because I knew it was gonna take a while, and I did already like the shape of these nail tips. Lastly, before the application, I did go ahead with some peel base coat, because I really wasn't too sure how these nails was going to come out, or if I was going to keep them on and do the other hand. So just to be on the safe side, I'm just going ahead and applying this peel base coat. And after, I'm going to let this dry for 60 seconds in my lamp. Alright, y'all, so the 2 acrylic powders I'll be using today was a pink and a white. I thought the pink was going to be a little more pigmented. It was actually a clear pink, but I still did want to use both of the acrylic powders, so I decided to just do a French tip. So I'm taking my first bead, and with this first bead, I'll be creating my smile line. So after placing the bead, I'm just going to push all of the acrylic to the center of the nail, and then lightly start to bring down the bottom of the bead so I can create my smile line. Now, if you need to, you can use the edge of your brush to start to clean this up, but if it's not too sharp, afterwards you will be using the hand file to go around the edges. The acrylic powder was okay so far. It did dry a little quicker than I expected. I actually thought this acrylic powder was going to be super runny. So at first I was working a little slower, but you guys are going to see later that I do start to pick up the speed because, like I said, This was not, you know, slow setting acrylic. Now, y'all, after placing my second bead, when I was in the cuticle area, I started to notice that, like I said, the acrylic powder dried way faster than what I expected. So I did have to go ahead and apply more pressure when I was starting to bring this acrylic down to the previous bead. For this next nail, I'll be doing the same thing, and you guys are going to see that I'm making sure that all of my acrylic is sidewall to sidewall before I start to bring the center of the acrylic down to make my smile line. With me making sure that all of the acrylic is sidewall to sidewall first, I know that there's not going to be any nail tip showing, or my client's natural nail is not going to be peeking out on the sides. Now, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, when I was doing these nails, I was really getting discouraged because when I first did the first two French tip nails, I was like, I'm not really too sure how this is gonna come out. Am I doing too much? Because I've never done French tips with a color that was not nude, unless, like, you know, I was painting the French tips on top. So this was a little different for me, but I do love how they came out, and I told you guys in previous videos, regardless of if you feel like the set is gonna come out bad or not, I recommend to finish it because you really do never know what's gonna happen. At first I was like, are you even gonna finish these? Do you want to stop and start over? But then I was like, girl, you gotta practice what you be preaching to these beginners, because you're not about to just stop because the first two nails was looking a little crazy. So like I said, if you ever are in a situation where you're not really too sure about the outcome, just push through, and you can still learn from the situation regardless of if they come out nice or not. So now I have all of my acrylic applied for the smile lines. I did skip over the pinky and the thumb because y'all was struggling on the pinky and the thumb. But here I'm going ahead with this hand file, and I'm just going to go around the edges of the smile line to make sure that it comes out real clean. So this is what they're looking like so far. Now at this point I was like, all right, maybe, you know, maybe they won't be as bad. But now I'm about to go ahead with this white acrylic powder. Now y'all know that sometimes white acrylic powder could either be real runny or really chalky, but this one actually wasn't bad at all. Like, I actually kind of like this white acrylic powder. Using my white acrylic powder, I'm pretty much just going to fill in all of the negative space. And some people like to go over the smile line with the acrylic and bring everything down. But me personally, I just like to start on one side and, bring everything down. Or sometimes I'll even start from the middle, focus on the middle first, and then I'll go back to the side walls and get that acrylic up there. So as I'm doing this, y'all know I always got something to talk about. So earlier today, I was thinking about, I'm gonna say maybe like last year, I had a friend that was staying with me, and at the time I was working, in the garage. And I did not like that whenever I had company or when a family member would come over, they would come into my nail room. Like, it would literally drive me crazy. Like, me personally, I would rather you wait until I'm finished and my client leaves if you have to ask me any questions or anything like that. So when my friend was staying with me, I guess she had something to tell me, so she comes in the nail room and I'm with the client. She's talking to me and I'm looking at her and I'm like, yo, this is not that. Like, don't get comfortable. Like, I don't like that sometimes friends and family tend to get comfortable. Like, this is still business, and I like to keep things extremely professional. So there's no reason why any outsiders should be in my nail room when I'm working with a client. Like, I don't know if this is my client's only free time this week. I don't know if my client's got kids at home and she's just trying to relax for a couple hours. So people coming into the nail room and trying to speak to me was a no. I honestly just couldn't deal. Like, I don't even remember what my friend came into the nail room to tell me, but I'm pretty positive it was nothing. Like, even sometimes when my friends call me and I'm working and I'm like, oh, I'm working, I'm gonna call you back, and they're like, oh, I just had to tell you something real quick. 9 times out of 10, it's something that could have waited and it's not important. And I learned my lesson doing that, because there was times where my friend would call and I would answer the phone because they were calling multiple times, and when I answer, it's literally nothing. So my phone be on D&D when I'm working, because I don't play that. I've heard from other clients about nail techs or service providers, period, being on their phone or constantly stopping to take smoke breaks or to text somebody back. Like, y'all, people don't like that. People are coming to you to get a service. They want to get in and get out as fast as they possibly can. Not saying rush the service, but if I'm doing your nails and after the application, I'm like, yo, let me go smoke my blunt real quick. What? Like, that makes literally no sense to me. And every time I hear somebody say that, I'm just like, oh, why? Like, you're not wasting time? Yeah, this is just my opinion though. I just think it's a real big inconvenience. Like, because when I go and get my hair done, I don't have time for her stopping and answering her phone. Like, no. I'm coming to get my hair done and I'm trying to leave so I can go back home. And that may be the same situation for your clients. So I just recommend try not to take breaks or get distracted too easily, because I don't get distracted at all. Once you sit down in a chair, I'm not even looking at my phone. I don't care if it rings, mute, if it's not already on D&D. Don't play that. So this is what the application looks like when it was finished, and I first tried to use this drill and I was using a medium grit sanding band to try to do this, but it really wasn't working. So I did go ahead with my 5-in-1 bit and tried to do it this way, but I just kind of feel like even when I was speeding the nail drill up, I felt like it was starting to shake, and I told y'all I don't like when the nail drills start to rattle. So because of this, I did later kind of correct the imperfections with my regular drill. I'm not gonna lie, I did cheat a little bit, but I was just like, all right, I really want these nails to be nice, and this drill is not giving. Moving forward, I did attempt to use these hand files to try to remove the rest of the acrylic off of the smile line, but y'all, like I said, them files is probably like 180 grit, so it just wasn't working. So I went ahead and got one of my 80 grit files so I could finish this up and clean up these nails. Now I'll be buffing my nails, and y'all, the buffer was just, you know, a regular buffer. Like, it really wasn't too much for me to like talk about. Yes, y'all, so this is what they was looking like after I filed and buffed them. They looked great, but I was like, well, what are we gonna do? So I decided that I wanted to go with a chrome heart, kind of dark medieval kind of theme. So here I'm applying some chrome hearts to the nails, and normally for charms I like to use my diamond gel, but I ran out of diamond gel, so here I'm just using my 𝚤𝚭 bling glue to apply all of my stones and my charms. The chrome heart charms are going to be in my upcoming nail supply re-release, y'all. I've been telling y'all I'm going to restock, and it's going to be something big. But the other charms I used were from Amazon, and I got these pretty serenity crystals from Blue Street Crystal. I'm also really happy that I decided to add black to the set because the black with the chrome heart charms really had brought everything together. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I deeply appreciate it because it helps grow the channel, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next YouTube video.